I didn't really know what was happening, right? I feel like I apologized all the time in Japan. I like how much stuff there was to do in Japan.
Oh,
It was really cool how the cities had historical elements with the rest of, modern life. You were walking around and there were temples. So there was a guy who was, we were just walking around the city. He went up to the temple and put a coin in and did a morning prayer. And it just looked like he was going to work. And he
Yeah.
just did that, right? And that was pretty cool. How that was just enshrined in daily life. Also at night, there was a bunch of places that were super lively.
Yeah.
And the whole street was full of people going into restaurants or karaoke bars or that kind of stuff. And I feel in Seattle or LA, that's not really a thing. New York is a little
Yeah.
busier, and I guess there is more somewhat similar to that kind of stuff. But in western US, definitely nowhere near that much stuff to do. In LA, there's no streets that are just full of people.
yeah.
Whereas in Osaka, there's bright lights and night events and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like there is stuff like that in the west of the US. And that was probably my favorite part of Japan. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Trying all the food from the street food and going to do karaoke bars. That was super fun.
Karaoke is not a big thing in the US, right?
Not a huge thing, but I went to karaoke in high school a little bit. There's a Japanese area near where I lived, and we would go do karaoke there. I think it does exist here, just nowhere near as much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and also what are something you feel weird
Weird
about Japan?
I feel I apologized all the time in Japan.
Oh,
I would just I'd bump into someone and be sumimasen, or I look
Oh.
at someone would look at me weird, and I'd just be sumimasen, instinctively. And I feel there's a lot of social norms that you just wouldn't really know if
Yeah.
you didn't live there. I just would feel on the subway or it was so quiet, and if I made any noise, I would feel I had to apologize. Or on the streets, there's a divider, right? The yellow line on all the sidewalks, and I didn't really know how to walk on the sidewalk.
yeah.
And, I kept feeling I was bumping into people, or I was in someone's way, and I would just apologize all the time because I didn't really know what was happening, right? I guess in the U.S., if you're walking on the sidewalk, you can totally take up all the sidewalk if you want,
Yeah.
right? Or you can stick to the side. It really doesn't matter. And I feel there's just unspoken rules in Japan that I just didn't understand.
I
So I
see.
guess that was probably the weird part.
I see.
And I mean, I took Japanese in college for a year, and my parents both lived in Japan, and I still had no idea what was happening.
Oh,
So I feel a lot of people, Americans who would visit, are probably even more confused than I was.
yeah.
I think for me, just personally, obviously right off the bat, I just like the language and cultural differences. First of all, language for me, obviously in the US, I'm a native English speaker, so it's a lot easier to get around, get some things done. Whereas when I moved to Japan, I was around 8th grade and I hadn't spoken any Japanese previously, hadn't taken any Japanese classes, so that was a bit of a struggle for the first couple of years while I was there. Cultural-wise, differences, I guess during some social interactions, people here are more likely to shake each other's hands, go for a hug, whereas in Japan it might be a bit more distant. People might be a bit more forward here, whereas in Japan people might be better at hiding their feelings.